Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Today we'll see some simple and effective time management hacks that will prevent you from wasting hours of your day. For that video, I asked myself, what simple things can anyone do each day to save a tremendous amount of time? So make sure to stay till the end. First of all, I want you to start timing your daily activities. Take a chronometer, you take your watch, you take your phone, and you time your daily activities like cooking, doing the groceries, taking your shower, brushing your teeth. You're gonna start timing all those stupid simple activities, and you will for sure have surprises, because sometimes you think, well, I take my shower in just a few minutes, no big deal, but in reality you take 15 minutes to take your shower. Do you really need 15 minutes to take a shower? Of course you don't. And then you will start to progressively reduce the time you're wasting on those activities, because those are the activities that you do every single day, so that's potentially where you waste the most time. Let's say you take 2 showers a day, all right, because you're not dirty. Instead of a 15-minute shower, if you go from that to just 4-minute shower, you can save 11 minutes times 2 because you take 2 showers a day, and if you want to report that to a week, you multiply it by 7. So 11 times 2 times 7, and that equals 154 minutes. That's 2 hours and 34 minutes, 2.5 hours that you're saving each week just because you stop wasting useless time in the shower. And you will save a humongous amount of time if you do that for each one of your daily activities. And I want you to see it as a compound interest in finance, right? If you compound all the time that you can stop wasting doing the groceries, cooking, taking your shower, making the decision of getting out of bed in the morning, all those stupid activities where you waste time, if you try to shorten all that time, you can save up to like 10 hours a week. Imagine that, 10 hours a week, 10 extra hours of sleep each week, or a 10-hour workday, or more time to see your family, whatever. So time your daily usual activities and shorten the time you're wasting. Now the second hack to stop wasting time is multitasking when appropriate. The tasks that don't require that much mental focus, like cooking, like eating, talking with others, you can multitask them, right? You can listen to an audiobook while walking or doing your cardio. You can talk to your family, so family time, and eat at the same time, right? Because you're gonna eat and your family is gonna eat anyways, so you might as well just spend time with your family because that's important, right? And you can combine that with eating time. I guarantee if you genuinely sit down and you ask yourself, what things can I do at the same time, then you will find loads of activities that you can multitask. I said when appropriate, and I want to emphasize that point because obviously some tasks are not appropriate. Like you're not gonna listen to a freaking podcast and at the same time study for your next exam. That's counterproductive because the human brain is not made for shifting focus. Our brain is not conceived to do several things at the same time that demand a lot of concentration. So multitask only the activities that don't require focus, right? And I would say the only activities that require focus are studying, working, and to a certain extent exercising. Because, for example, if you're a serious lifter, lifting weights can demand mental focus. But other than those activities, you can multitask everything. So multitask when appropriate, and at the end of the year, it's gonna make you save weeks and even months of your life. The third advice, and I'm gonna get insulted for this one as always, and it's eat less often. I don't understand how it's not more spread around the world. You know, everyone should eat less often. But hear me out, I'm not talking about restricting your calorie intake, eating less food, trying to lose weight, even though if you want to try to lose weight, if anything, it's only gonna help you. But even if you're not trying to lose weight, I'm not talking about eating less calories. You can eat the same amount of calories, but instead of eating those calories in 3 or 4, even 5 meals, just eat in 2 meals a day. That's all you need, right? Lunch and dinner, like I do. And I mean, it's a no-brainer. Even if you eat the same amount of calories, let's say you eat like me 3,000 calories. If you eat those 3,000 calories in 2 meals, it's gonna take less time than in 3 or 4 meals. You're gonna spend less time preparing the food, cooking, actually eating, cleaning, doing the dishes, and it's also gonna take less decision-making energy because preparing food, knowing what you're gonna eat, takes mental space. You're thinking about, do I have that in the fridge? Do I have enough food? Oh, I have to do the groceries. So if you combine all those things, the time you save by eating less often is mind-blowing. I want you to commit for at least 2 weeks For 2 weeks, you try to eat only twice a day, and I guarantee at the end of those 2 weeks, your life will be changed. And what about hunger? Most people will say, well, if I skip breakfast, I'm gonna be hungry. Well, don't worry, after just 3 to 4 days, your body will be adapted, because the human body is extremely smart. It's an adapting machine. So after a few days, you will be adapted and you will no longer feel the hunger after skipping breakfast in the morning. And it's even better than that, because when you're in a fasted state, when you have an empty stomach, you are more focused. You have more mental clarity. So commit for 2 weeks, eat less often, and you will thank me later. And finally, the fourth and last, and this one also I keep talking about it on my YouTube channel, and it is use less your phone. The average Gen Z American, so basically if you're an American and you're under 30 years old, you are using your phone on average 6 hours and 27 minutes per day. In the UK, it's 5 hours and 6 minutes, which is still completely insane. So let's take a close look at that number. 6 hours and 27 minutes. If you put that to a whole year, it's almost 98 days of the year. 98 days of the year. Almost the third of the year that you are wasting, because let's get real, most people don't do anything. You don't create content, you don't make money, you don't do anything interesting with your phone. You just play Clash Royale, doom scroll for hours and text to people you don't even care about. You waste time in the first place because of that phone, and that time you use it doing activities that kill your focus. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Doom scrolling for hours completely destroys your attention span. Imagine if you free yourself from that phone addiction, the amount of time you can save, it's literally several months per year. And if you're interested in that topic, I've made a video, one of my previous videos, I invite you to go watch it if you haven't already, where I share the most precious, the most actionable tips to drastically reduce your phone usage. Let's recap pretty quickly, but before that, if you enjoyed this video, if you think you're gonna save a tremendous amount of time thanks to it, please let me know in the comments, leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell button. So to sum up, if you want to save decades of your life, you have to start timing your daily activities and reducing the time those activities take, multitask when appropriate, eat less often, and decrease your screen time. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, leave a like if you did, and have a nice day.